Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Iceborne live stream. It's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, which means that I'm actually streaming at a reasonable time instead of 3 a.m. in the morning. This is kind of like my morning, actually. This is like my morning. For me, this is a morning stream. So I've got lots of energy, lots to talk about. This is Chat Time, my new favorite live streaming series where we don't really play very well at all. We just have a good conversation. So we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I'll probably be talking about the fact that a really expensive booster box of Pokemon cards just arrived today. I'm going to be opening that on my other channel once this live stream's over. So we're going to do this live stream, and then I'm going to hit up my other YouTube channel, and we're going to open up like a 22-year-old booster box. 22 years old. So you guys are welcome to join me over there. When that happens, of course, I have a link to that. You can find a link to the other channel in the description, but I'll post it in the chat section once we go live over there. So I'm real excited for that. We're going to play some Monster Hunter. I'm going to open up some Pokemon cards. I'm living the dream, guys. I'm living the dream. How's it going, everyone? JV says, hola. JV is one of the guys who stays up late to watch the other one. Kyle says, finally, I can catch your stream. Sweet. Which greatsword is better, Safi Blast or Lightbreaker? I think I prefer Lightbreaker. God Terror Boy says, the Top Economist. Drump Dump says, do 24-hour challenge again. I should do that. Maybe I will do that when Elytrion comes out. I have to do it again. The reason why is because YouTube didn't save my previous 24-hour live stream, and that's because when your live stream's too long, they just don't save it. So I was really disappointed with that. I didn't know. I wasn't very well prepared. So we will do 24-hour live stream again, but this time I will break it up into 3 parts. So maybe when Elytrion comes out, I think that's a good time to do a 24-hour stream when Elytrion comes out. What do you guys think? Brashogun says, will you talk about the use of performance enhancers in professional sports? I don't see any way to stop it, There's so much science about our physiology, about how our body works, and there's so much knowledge now about performance enhancing drugs. You can try to ban it, but it's so hard to ban. So they should just try to identify things that are worse for the human body, the very worst things you can do, and the things that are most traceable, ban it, and then test all the athletes. But it's like the athletes are still going to look for every single advantage they can that doesn't break the rules. So it's tough. I don't want to think that athletes have to cheat in order to win. You know what I mean? It's a very interesting question, actually, because when it comes to being an athlete, you're talking about how are you born? Are you just physically better than other people? You know what I mean? Like, are you stronger? Are you taller? Are you faster? So it's really interesting. Shadow Khan says, impossible to stream at a reasonable time that isn't 4 a.m. in the morning? What monster energy have you been smoking? I have my drink right here. Delicious. I have something in the oven, by the way, so that will go off in like 20 minutes. You'll hear a beep, and then I'll have to stand up and take care of that. Wow, we filled up. I didn't talk about what we were going to do. Let's see what the siege is right now. Maybe we'll do a siege today. Safi'jiiva siege. Hey, why not? Actually, that's a good one for the Xbox. On the Xbox, I do not have a save wizard, and I do not have mods, so I actually do have to farm for materials. Let's go over to the hammers. Yesterday, when I did my live stream, we streamed for 3 hours, and I used one weapon the whole time. Here it is. Look at this. This is my wide range build, and it still has part breaker. All right, and let's see. Is there any difference between this and... Oops. Yeah, we'll use this. Alright, so I'll be running my friendship setup, and we will be farming for Safi'jiiva Dracolite, and I will do a very bad job because I'm mostly going to be reading the comment section the whole time I play, which means my eyes will not be on the screen. My eyes will be on the comment section for most of the game. Chloe says, what do you think of the Master Rank Kulturothin or armor so far? Yeah, this is a question I've gotten many, many times. I have no feelings about it either way until we have further information. It looks very similar like the previous Kulv armor, and the fight's looking very similar to the previous Kulv fight. What quest should I grind for a magazine and shield jewel? Yes, so right now there is a low rank, high rank event quest. Actually, it's high rank. and it's the name's Lavasiath. That's the name of the quest. It's called the name's Lavasiath, and he will give you a bunch of warped face stones, which will give you the best chance for those 2 decorations. So that's what I would do if I were you. Of course, if you really want to get those decorations without going insane, I would just play the game without them, and eventually you'll get them anyways. GE, my God, has it been a long time since I was actually awake to watch this stream? You know what's funny? We actually get a large audience at night. I was sporting like 550 viewers. Apparently, that's really good. You know, I've been watching Twitch. Well, I haven't been literally watching live streams on Twitch. I've been watching the audience that different games get on Twitch. It's only like 3,000 people watch Monster Hunter, and we regularly pull in like 500 people. So this is a popular live stream. Just by the numbers. God Terror Boy says, just don't triple cart. Oh, you know I'm going to triple cart. Jordan says, anyone excited for the content Sin Cup next Thursday? Sin Cup, I don't know what that is. Dodogama says, is high rank Kolv going to be available soon? No idea. Project says, TGC, thanks for the Palco Gadgets video. I just watched it. I never got them. You know, it's funny because my editor was like, I don't want to make this. And he was thinking that it was too irrelevant. But I'm like, dude, I don't even have all the Palco Gadgets. And I've been playing for like 4,000 hours. Of course it's irrelevant. Lilith Palco OP. Super Freddy says, when I will get Iceborne, would you like to play with me on Xbox? I will be so happy. Well, what we do, Super Freddy, is I have live streams where it's like an open live stream. Anyone can join. Excuse me, hold on. I had a burp there. Oh, thanks, Cow the Comic. But anyways, it's an open live stream. Anyone can join. You just need the session ID, and you can get the session ID as early as possible by joining our Discord server and just checking the session ID channel. So when I go live, I ping everyone, you know, to let them know I'm going live, and then I post the session ID early. So you can get in a little bit early before the stream goes live. This gives you a much better chance of getting in. Also, obviously, you know, if you're a Patreon of mine, I give the ID early to those guys as well. They get it first, technically. Sync up means all platforms are getting updates at the same time. Oh yeah, that's cool. I remember that. God Terror Boy says, when will you get the Safi'jiiva roll? Oh, you're right, God Terror Boy. You know, I should take a day and actually get that, because I don't actually think it's that hard to obtain. Is my name is weird for you? Yusuf Adasoy. Yusuf is pretty easy to say. Actually, there is a guy who makes donations where I really have trouble saying his name, because I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Komodova says, what skills do you think Elatrion will give? I can only guess. I have no idea. Twitch here says, skip the cutscene. Oh, right, that's me, actually. It's because I'm reading your comment section. It's my birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday, Elliot. Helberia says, can you show, build, pierce, heavy bowgun for beat Arch-Temper Namiel? Do people really use pierce against Namiel? I'm trying to think about it for a second. I guess that makes sense. Namiel's got a pretty thick body. So, what's everyone... Everyone's using a light bowgun. Holy cow, man. Triple light bowgun. I'm going to go for the head. Yeah, 2 a.m. I made it into the session, then I disconnected. I'm about to throw my router out the window. I think what I can do to help is soften these body parts for everyone. Because these guys don't want to... Well, actually it doesn't matter, because with Safi'jiiva you only need one soften. Which way are you guys pushing him? Alright, so they seem to be pushing him from this side. Let's help with that. Actually, before we help with that, let's go ahead and get our buffs out. So we're going to have Demon Drug. We're going to have Demon Powder. And we're going to have Might Seed. And I'm just going to start healing these guys, because these guys are going to be heavy damage dealers anyways. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Look how quickly he gets knocked. When everyone focuses together, look how quickly he gets knocked back. Lance is very good. I have a video that trashes Lance as a bad... Did I just break the back, or did they break the back? No, they broke the back. Oh, he's gonna jump over. I have a video that trashes the Lance as a defensive weapon. I haven't posted it yet. I've been very lazy on this channel lately because I've been enjoying my card channel so much. But also, you know, once the ad revenue kind of all went away, I hate to say it, but the motivation to work is hard. You know, it goes down a little bit. It's like getting a pay cut, which people are usually, you do not get a pay cut at work. You know what I mean? So imagine you're working a job and your boss comes up to you. He's like, "You're actually going to make less money now." You know, you usually only expect to get pay increases as the years go by. But that's the economy right now. It's not anyone's fault. I guess businesses don't advertise when the economy's bad. Man, I can't hit the head to save my life. Will Furious Raging weapons be good against Kulve, or should we use Safi'jiiva instead? That's a fair question. Well, Kulve to Roth, if her hit zones haven't changed, what's most important is being able to deal lots of... hold on, let's join these guys to attack them from the same time. If Kulve to Roth doesn't change... Oh, hold on.
First time in your stream, super pumped. Keep up the good work, GC.
Sticklebrick, thank you so much, Sticklebrick. If Kulve to Roth's hit zones don't change, what's going to happen is she's first going to be very weak to thunder, and then she's going to be very weak to ice. Okay, but however, with that being said, you could always just use raw damage. So you can just use raw damage on her. You don't have to use thunder and ice, and a lot of the time it just depends on which weapon are you using. So if you're using Greatsword, you really don't care about thunder and ice. In that case, you could even use the Light Break Greatsword on Kulve to Roth. You don't have to use like Safi'jiiva Thunder Greatsword. It won't make a big difference, your little bit of thunder damage or your little bit of ice damage on that greatsword. In fact, the blast might actually be I don't know. Would the explosive damage from the blast be preferable? I'm not actually sure. So I don't think you actually get that much thunder damage from something like a greatsword, because almost all your damage comes from a slow-moving, high motion value, raw damage attack, right? Woo! So bad at this. I'm trying to read and I'm trying to play, but I'm mostly trying to read. But this is he's difficult enough that is hard to not pay attention. He's actually kind of difficult. I think cold weapons are going to top Safi'jiiva ones. If they did, that would be cool. I kind of don't think they will. I think Safi'jiiva is going to be considered like... Safi'jiiva is going to be Iceborne's baby, you know what I mean? Like, this is their monster for Iceborne, and Kulve to Roth is going to be like a little extra on the side. Kulve to Roth is like the side hoe, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't see why they would make all the Kulve weapons priority over the Safi'jiiva weapons. Most likely we'll run into a situation where maybe a few of her weapons are actually best, or we'll run into a situation where maybe all the weapons are roughly the same as the Safi'jiiva weapons. In a worst case scenario, all of her weapons are worse, strictly worse. And if that happens, it's just not going to be that fun, is it? You can run fast with the lance, and then you can poke! That's right. So, right hind leg's broken. Focus on the left, maybe. I don't know, I should probably focus on the head. The problem is, if I focus on the head, I'm going to die, because I really am not... I'm not watching this very closely. If only I could shoot something from lance, it would be a great buff. Oh, wait. That would be the heavy bowgun. Take this off real fast. Oh, wait. What's the point of farming her? Well, apparently you're going to get a chance to get the Kulve to Roth weapons back. Oops. Soften up the head again. Oh, that still hit me, huh? So what you're trying to say is that Safi'jiiva is our girlfriend and Kulve to Roth the side chick. That is exactly what I'm saying. Man, you just catch on to the allegory so quickly. Get this man a degree and a job in academia. Oh, I failed to grab on. Goddamn Clutch Claw, man. Well, that's why nobody likes Clutch Claw. Like, I was actually trying to grab onto him, and I'm clicking the button, and it's just not doing anything. Like, what are the, like, cooldown values for the Clutch Claw? It's so annoying. Damn, Ree, you got carried by your team. Left hind leg broken? We're gonna get the Safi'jiiva roll while I'm, like, not even paying attention, just because these guys are all using the light bowguns. Oops. Read first comment. I can't. This is impossible. Should I get an aerial on him? I could get an aerial on him. That will set him up for an easier aerial later. 1, 2. I don't think I want to go any further than that. Head's partly broken. I'm gonna refresh the damage buffs here. Get the Mega Potion. What do you think? You think he could handle one more jump? It would be perfect if we left him literally at... Oh, we didn't partly break the head. Somebody else did. Shoot, let me run over here. So you guys gotta be paying attention. You guys are freaking gonna finish the goddamn challenge without me even helping. I search Big Boob, get 6 million result. Nice. Cal the comic says, which weapon is better, Raging Bracky or Safi'jiiva? They're pretty close to tied, I'd say. Dude! Clutch Claw sucks, dude. You did it! You gonna do it again? Ah. Oh no. Some heals out. Alright, I'll do one more. Perfect. Alright, so that should get him very close to a mount, but he's not actually mounted yet. How long of a wait for Lao Shanglung? Oh, I fought Lao Shanglung in Monster Hunter 4U or Generations Ultimate, and he was so boring. He was just like a big moving sponge. You know what sucks more than CC? TGC. Ooh, he got me. Gekleo says, it would be cool if new Kulturot weapons will have similar systems to Safi'jiiva weapons, but maybe you couldn't set one particular skill to the weapon, like one point of crit eye or handicraft. What? What? What are these guys saying? Huh. We would need some way to cut the tail, wouldn't we? Yeah, we'd need some way to cut the tail. I don't have a boomerang. I think we'd all have to swap over to, like, great swords. Brrr. Oh, he staggered. Ah, there's this super critical state. There's the mount. Head partly broken. Come on, KO time. No KO. Sorry about that. I threw somebody away. He didn't know what I was doing.
Make sure you skip the cutscene.
People not skipping the cutscene other than just me. Oh man, the pie's gonna go off. Oh, I got a pie in the oven, and my wife is totally not gonna get it out of the oven for me. I can feel it. Maybe I should just like yell for her. Hun, babe, the pie. We have a pie in the oven today. Let me go ahead and heal. Oh my god, dude. Oh! Whoa! Astute Grizzly! Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work, and thanks for helping us to find our way.
Holy smokes! This episode brought to you by Astute Grizzly. Oh my god. Dude, that's a huge donation. We haven't seen a huge donation in a long time. Thanks so much, man. Now I will not have to buy potato pie. I can buy pumpkin pie. I mistakenly bought potato pie. I thought I was buying a pumpkin pie. I got a goddamn potato pie. Probably not going to even taste as good. Dude, thank you so much. Somebody gonna flash him? No one gonna flash him? Ah, no one flashed him. Oh well. Run! Get the potato pie! Don't do it. Come here, you big stinky. Come here, you big stinky. Has to take this off for now. Pie upgrade? Pretty much. Oh man, I didn't realize this guy was going to do this. Hold on, I'll get you guys a heal. Is he not aggro to me? What's going on? I thought he was aggro to me. Is that not how it works? Maybe I don't understand aggro still. Imagine just standing there doing nothing for all that time. Ah, we hit him in the neck. Uh-oh, Twitch is in trouble. Twitch, no! Imagine clicking on the heal button and it doesn't heal. Oh my god. If it's shepherd pie, get over there and get it. No, it's not shepherd pie, it's potato pie. Right foreleg broken. Ouch.
Just for using the PS4. Wink wink.
Just for using the PS4. Wink wink. We actually will be doing PS4 tomorrow. We're going to do 2 PS4 streams in a row, just like we've done 2 PC streams, and we've done 2 Xbox streams. We're going to have 2 PlayStation 4 streams, and that will probably begin tomorrow. Have we not KO'd him? So weird. Oh my god, Clutch Claw sucks! Oh my god, dude. What's the biggest donation you've ever gotten? The largest single donation I've ever received was $1,000. It literally blew my mind. I had no idea people would even do that. And that was way back in the day. That was a donation by Sora. Now technically, in a stream, the most I've ever gotten was, I think it was like 1,200 or something like that. So somebody had actually given me more than 1,000, but he gave it to me in parts. It was crazy. Crazy. Grab this. Whoop. PlayStation 4 is a piece of... Wow, listen to this guy. Head completely broken. I guess we should go for the tail now. We still have time. Let me get this out. Alright, we're going to far cast away. I'm going to go grab a greatsword, I guess. Here we go, greatsword. And that's a part breaker setup, so we're going to run that one. Why is your name just D in Monster Hunter World Iceborne? That is because I do not care for names. They're not really too important to me, so I just chose D, which is the first letter of Doric. Uh-oh. We do have flash ones. So I think we have to break his chest, and we have to break... Oh my god, you guys are amazing. We have to break his tail. Chest broken! We're going for the tail, boys. Oh, no we're not. The tail's not cut, so... Darn, we killed him. Dang it! We almost got him in one run. Well, I mean, technically we did get him in one run. We just didn't get the tail. Wow, I wonder if I had just been running Greatsword the whole time, if we would have actually gotten all parts. God Terror Boy says Rio. What? He means Rip. That was a lucky situation with the Safi'jiiva. Just name yourself Safi Poopy Slayer. I can't even speak to myself when playing. How do you comment the game, read chat, and still kick booty? Oh, trust me, I'm not kicking booty. I'm getting my booty kicked. It is very hard to read chat and to play decently. So I mostly am not looking at what's going on the screen, but I've played the game long enough to have like a maybe like a feeling for what should be happening. You know what I mean? But then I actually take a bunch of damage. What is a good counter Safi build for melee? I mean, it's kind of an odd question because you can do well with any weapon against him. Oh, look at all these materials. You can do well with any weapon, but technically, if you want to talk about top damage, it's probably going to be like Greatsword and Dual Blades. Greatsword and Dual Blades. Yeah, those two. Just completed base story again. Lost a 470-hour save file. Like a boss. Oh, that sucks, man. Hey, let's get that donation up on screen. The one that was made by Astute Grizzly. Give me a moment. Here it is. There we go. And how do I used to edit this? Oh, I remember now. Man, thanks for that. And we'll add that up on the screen. Whew. My eyes burn badly. Why let Safi do so many ults in my face? TWT. Safi Siege is over. Look at all the rewards. What am I going to do with all this Dracolite? I probably have a bunch of these already. I mean, here's a dragon and sleep and... Guess I'll just take the ones I don't own. Yeah, I don't know. That was a very fast run because we got it done in one run. What? Nice job, guys. We must have been doing so much damage. So those light bowguns, man. Freaking light bowguns. I once went into a Safi fight with the fish dual blades and proceeded to slap Safi Poopy with fish. My eyes are sensitive to an unbelievably sensitive TWT. TGC, with which monster in Iceborne was the most difficult?
If you can help me cut his tail tomorrow on PS4.
What? I can help you cut his tail tomorrow. I don't know how we would arrange that. I mean, I'm probably just going to post a live stream at some point in the day, maybe at 4 a.m. in the morning, and hopefully you're there. People are like, come over to PlayStation, man. Given Brachydios weapons powers, are there any weapons worth going for in Safi'jiiva? Well, yeah, the Safi'jiiva weapons still allow you to build like special builds that you can't do with the Raging Brachydios weapons. Like, for example, definitely defensive builds have an advantage with the Safi weapons because of the ability to add a skill. So you can have Master's Touch and you can have like Divine Blessing Secret at the same time. That's a pretty big deal. Also, differences in sharpness. You can have like a large white sharpness bar. You can have the Tigrex skill built into one of your Safi weapon slots, or I'm sorry, upgrade slots. So Safi weapons are still more flexible than the Raging Brachydios weapons. Brachydios weapons are like, yeah, small sliver of purple sharpness. You can pair that with Master's Touch. So they're pretty set. Apparently, also, you can pair that with Protective Polish now that we get the Wetfish scales. Of course, I realized I'm too lazy to farm the Wetfish scales. Am I the only one? See, that just sounds so unfun. What's my least favorite Elder Dragon, not including Kushala de Oro? Oh, so you're asking me what my second least favorite Elder Dragon is. Good question. I'm thinking about it. Maybe Namiel. Namiel's kind of annoying. Namiel, Valhazak. Oh, and that's the pie. Be right back. Be right back. pie. Back to the grind. Now it's going to cool down. I'm going to have a slice of delicious, apparently, potato pie. Sorry about that. Let's go for the tail. PlayStation 4 won't die because Japanese players play on console. I don't think that consoles will ever die. You know, I bought a PC and I actually still prefer my Xbox. Isn't that silly? I just prefer it. I couldn't tell you why. And the idea that the new Xbox will basically be like a decked out gaming PC is probably not even going to be a chance that I worry about my PC. The PC just takes longer, man. You gotta boot it up, you gotta load the game up and all that stuff. I don't know, the Xbox, it just feels good in a way. I couldn't describe it, it's hard to say. I've got all three consoles. I like the PlayStation more than the PC too, did you know that? Isn't that weird? Yeah, I like the PlayStation more as well. PC is my least favorite of the three, because it's the one that least feels like a console. Do you have any ideas or concepts for brand new monsters? Let's have a big bat that poisons you. What do you think? And they can name it the Corona. And it will be super relatable. Which monster theme is your favorite? Personally, I like Arch-Tempered Nergigante and Velkhana. I'm not really infatuated with any of the music in Iceborne. I don't think any of it is really my style of music. I like that it is soundtrack music at least, but you'll notice when I make videos, I very rarely use Monster Hunter World music, and that's not an accident. I just don't enjoy it as much. If the next Monster Hunter game is on PlayStation 5, it's going to force me to buy it. Jump up here. Console plebs, says Zeal. I own a PC, man. I was playing on PC 2 times in a row just the other day. Oh my god, I can't believe I lived through that. Do you gonna play Monster Hunter series? Wait, Monster Hunter. Oh my gosh, you guys comment and it pushes the comments up and I lose the one I was reading. Do you gonna keep playing, says Grillban. We need underwater combat for the next game. Holden says, how's it going, TGC? Just joined the stream. How's it going? Oh, here it is. Grillban says, do you gonna play Monster Hunter series when you like 90 or old later? There will probably be a point where I'm too old to game. I realized when you're really old, your eyesight probably goes bad and your hands aren't as good. So there will probably be a point where I'm not as good at games. But I don't know. I think I will just enjoy making YouTube videos either way. Maybe I'll make videos on how to be old. Do you think you'll still be playing this game 2 years later? That's hard to say. I don't know, man. I don't know what's in the future. This game's definitely been out a very long time, so it's more like it's heading towards the end of its life cycle, is the way I see it. Okay, it's time for a new game, in my opinion. I'm ready for Monster Hunter Universe. Now, here's the problem. I don't know when Monster Hunter Universe comes out, so if it's not going to be out for a long time, we might have to play a game in the middle. If Monster Hunter Universe came out, like, right away, we'd just swap right over that, no problem. But if there's going to be a large gap in between tackle and roll, if there's going to be a large gap in between them, then I'm probably going to take a break from Monster Hunter and play a different title. Especially I'm interested in Elden Ring, because before I became a Monster Hunter YouTuber, some of my hardcore old subscribers remember that I used to do a lot of Dark Souls. So I'm a huge fan of. Big fan of FromSoft games. Oh gosh. You should turn on slow chat, says Cool Steve. Should I? I don't think I need to. Do you feel Electron weapons will be better than Safi and Bracky? Yes. GC video when he's 80. How not to die of a heart attack. I know, I die of a heart attack making the video.
You're doing a great job.
God of War is a PS4 exclusive. The next Monster Hunter should be fully open world. I'm so tired of open world. You know, Elden Ring's doing open world. Zelda's doing open. All the game companies are like, you know, we're gonna do open world. It's kind of like the new. It's kind of like the battle royale thing. They're all like, okay, this is what people want. It's like, no, you don't have to do open world. It just has to be real fun. Whatever you make has to be fun. It doesn't have to be open world. How about Fallout doing its multiplayer? It's like these open world games. I'm kind of tired of them a little bit. Let's have conversation. Game Addict's like, this is not an edgy enough conversation, I think. Oh my gosh. He worried me. Let's roll out of it. So we don't want to mount him. Or do we? I can't hit him in the tail and read. I'm so sorry, guys. This gameplay probably is so bad looking. Yo, Terra is toxic, law. Oh, a Dark Soul and Monster Hunter crossover event. That would be really cool. Well, that's what I've been saying for forever. I would love that. What's the best charge blade the monster drops? Probably the Blast charge blade. When's Vespoid Queen Capcom? Would you play a Pokemon game? We did. We did a playthrough of Sword and Shield, and it was really garbage. It was terrible. They didn't have voice acting. It's 2020. They didn't have voice acting. The characters were all these low resolution, poor graphics characters. All the new Pokemon designs were like, most of them were pretty uninspired, or they were furries. One or the other. They were furries, or they were just like, meh. You know, like, am I going to remember this Pokemon in 7 years? No, I'm not. Oops. So there were a lot of bad Pokemon designs. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to name one new Pokemon from Sword and Shield that I thought was exciting. Let me think about it. People say they like that new dragon type. The one that shoots, it looks like a B-42 bomber or whatever. I think he looks really bad. I always did. The moment people pointed him out to me, I'm like, that looks stupid. So I'm not a big fan of him. The way he, oh, I did not mean him out. Okay, well, that's okay. So not a big fan of him, and I think they did really poorly with the Sword and Shield. I think they need to fix it for the next game. They need to step their game up. Although their sales were fantastic, apparently. Their sales on Pokemon Sword and Shield were apparently really good. Oh, there's a thing right here. Third Fleet Master's best. Polygo for crowns achievements. Dark Souls is harder. Welcome to Pokemon. Why when you see them in the hub? Terra, you're the most toxic piece of rock I know. Sword and Shield DLC looks cool. Well, that's why they didn't give you the full Pokedex, is because they wanted to sell you DLC later, and they lied to you about it, which is a full-on what do they call that? EA move. They gotta be honest with they should have just said, you know what? We're not gonna sell you the full Pokedex because it's too much work, and we want more money. You know, they should have just said that, and then at least they would be honest now and be like, all right, their business, they want to make money, and they think I'll pay for this, and I will go, in fact, I will. But instead, they're like, oh, we're working on the animations for this game, and the animations for Pokemon were so trash. They were so bad. They were like, as bad as an indie game, basically. I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is a AAA developer's game. We can't afford to work on all those animations. It would just... We don't have time because we're working on the Pokedex that we didn't complete. I don't know what their excuse is for the bad animation, but their excuse for the... Oh, we actually landed it. Their excuse for the animations was that, you know, they needed to work on animation. It was so bad. It was really, really undisputably bad in my opinion. The online was so glitchy and laggy, which might explain why they had such poor graphics. Like maybe the poor graphics were because they knew that the online experience was going to be trash if it was high resolution graphics. Who knows? Did anyone else see the new Namiel Lance from the trailer? Let's get moving. The second and the third editions of Pokemon were my favorite. I didn't like any after that, so Pokemon has been kind of dead for me ever since. I've really been enjoying the card collecting. Card collecting is kind of like buying and trading gold and silver. It's kind of like that. So it actually has a very big kind of like adult appeal to me. You guys should check it out. We're going to have a Pokemon card stream right after this live stream's open. I'm sorry, not open, over. And we're going to be opening up a 20-year-old box of cards. It's a sealed product, okay, from 20 years old. It cost me a bunch of money to bring over. I'm going to be selling those off to people who want to buy the packs. It's really, really cool. So if you guys want to see that, that's going to happen right after this live stream. I'll be posting a link to it. Archtemper Nami has new weapons, question mark? That would be neat if she did. Mezzy says, alright, did Gameco finish Doom Eternal? I did actually. I finished Doom Eternal. I did not finish it on Nightmare mode though. I've seen a lot of speedruns of Ultra Nightmare. So impressive. Very cool. The new Pokemon anime is fire though, says JV. JV, I haven't watched it, so I wouldn't be able to comment on it. Maybe it is. Oops, hold on. Temtem better than Pokemon? Oh, I don't believe that at all. I saw a little bit of Temtem. It looked like an indie game. I think people are just hating on Pokemon, and that's why they say that kind of stuff. And I'm hating on Pokemon too, because they really didn't do a good job with their latest game. So GE will open a boomer box. It is definitely a boomer box. It's like a 22. It's like I don't think it's just 20. I think it's more like 22. It's like a 22-year-old booster box of cards. It's really old, and we're gonna open it. And there's very few of them left in the world. Okay. Actually, there were 2 of these boxes on eBay. I went ahead and bought both of them. So there's just no more of them for sale. There's probably a few more put away in someone's personal collection somewhere, but I doubt that there's many of these boxes left. How did you first get into Monster Hunter? I was working on YouTube videos for Dark Souls, and then I saw that Monster Hunter was a third-person weapon game where you dodge, and I was like, alright, I'll give that a try, because at that point, Dark Souls had already received its last DLC, The Ringed City, and I was enjoying Dark Souls, but I wanted to try something new, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I started working on guides. I was like, this is cool. Back then, of course, Monster Hunter for me was really difficult, so I didn't have a clue what I was doing. So now that I know what I'm doing, the game definitely feels different. And it makes me realize a lot of veterans must have found Monster Hunter World to be too easy. Nice, we got 900 on the tummy there, the chest. Yeah, there must have been a lot of guys who were like, this game's kind of casual. And back then, I was brand new, so it wasn't casual for me at all. It was really difficult. But now, I'm trying to imagine what it would have been like if I was already this good at the game in the released world. It would have just been so easy. I wouldn't have considered it difficult at all. And maybe that's how, you know, new Dark Souls games will feel for me, because I figured out Dark Souls a while back. But I don't know, Dark Souls is more punishing in a way. You get hit twice and you're dead. And then you lose your souls and all that stuff. I don't think they're going to make another Dark Souls. I think they're going to have an Elden Ring series. Oh, nice. Did you see that? Woo! Greatsword for the win, man. Doing our part this time. Look at that. Actually landing moves. Oh! Chest broken. Let's get it. What do we have left? Do we have any arms or legs? Yeah, it looks like arms and legs are left actually. Is it gonna land? No. I kind of knew it wasn't gonna land. Woo! He's jumping. Alright, let me get back to the comment section. So let's see. You getting carded. Orphan of KOS flashback. Hello. I just want to remind you, I actually defeated the Orphan with using nothing but spins, alright? So don't forget that. I used spins to defeat the Orphan, just like everyone said I couldn't. They're like, you can't do that, and I totally did. I should actually go trim that out of the live stream that it came from. Oh no. Oh no. Am I dead? No, I'm alive. I should trim that gameplay out of the video and post it so you guys can remember when you're all like, oh, you can't do that. You're gonna have to use fast weapons. That's what everyone's saying. Oh my god, I'm just whipping everything right now. I don't think we're gonna break all pieces off of this guy. The head's not broken at all. It takes a lot to break the head, so I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh well. It would be funny if I unlocked the Safi'jiiva role in my own channel, just casually, not even trying too hard. We almost did earlier. I think if I had been using Greatsword rather than a hammer, we would have. What is the second worst weapon type in your opinion? Honestly, the hunting horn. I would say the lance and then the hunting horn. The two least popular weapons that deal the least damage. Just give them a damage buff. Problem solved. Right? Let them do as much damage as other weapons. Now, what people will say is that, oh yeah, well, the hunting horn, when it uses attack of extra large on a team of 4, it actually does good damage. That might be true. I would not mind if Capcom actually got rid of the attack up large buff, and they got rid of the self-improvement buff. Okay, so hear me out. We get rid of self-improvement, we get rid of attack up large, and we only have buffs that actually kind of like affect your teammates in a big way. Not a passive way, but kind of like an active way. So that it feels like your buffs actually have more meaning and purpose rather than just being another might seed, you know? Because that's what they are right now. They're just, the attack up large, it's just like another might seed. So, I don't know, they could get rid of it, or they could even just have a passive side effect of using a horn where you're always giving out the attack buff, you don't actually have to set it up. And you can have, oh, I set it off too easy, or too early, I'm sorry, Twitch. That's my fault, Twitch. Twitch, I thought he was close enough. This is gonna miss, right? Oh, it did miss. I don't know why I'm going for the head. I'm not landing anything. I'm about to be killed by these rocks, too. Yep, I fainted. Oh, my lord. Rookie numbers. JV says, I got a question, Monster Hunter Vets. Has the longsword always been the most popular weapon? I can tell you from like 2 years of gathering popularity data that the longsword has always been the most popular weapon from the launch of the game. I've been gathering the popularity on the weapons for like 2 years now. I think I started shortly after the game came out. I started gathering popularity data. And yeah, it's just stayed at the top the entire time. It's never shifted out. I think we could, if we all work together as a community, we probably could shift it out. Is how you use the weapon that shows its true potential, e.g. Sword and Shield. No, that's not true. I think that the speedrunner tier list can give us a more definitive concept of which weapons are actually dealing the most damage. You know, it's no surprise that the spread ammo 3 on the heavy bowgun is dealing the most damage. You can visibly see it. You know what I'm saying? You can actually see the crazy amounts of damage being dealt every time the person pulls a trigger. And you could, you know, you could do things like calculate DPS and stuff like that. Some weapons just have a natural advantage. And Capcom could fix that with a nerf or a buff. Preferably a buff. I don't think people want to see nerfs. Dude, it's so hard to hit the head with anything but a bowgun. Imagine using Weepstick. Oh, I thought that the flash was successful. I don't know why. Longsword is all weebs who think they're samurai and the internet is full of them. Oh, please don't hurt me. Oh no. I'm so sorry. For some reason I thought we were going to put barrel bombs down. I thought maybe I would survive it. I guess I got hit by 2 blasts rather than 1 because of the rock steady, but I thought only 1 blast was going to cut through. So definitely the second blast killed me. Alright, well, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think we're going to break all his parts. Uta says, did you ever post best weapons video? Funny story, I watched a streamer say that they highly disagree with you, the hunting horn, because they said hunting horn is bad on that. Or because I said the hunting horn is bad. Yeah, so Uta, what you want to look up is my speedrunner tier list that was compiled on the Sykin website where people post their speedruns. God damn, dude. People post their speedruns and basically Sykin has found a way to compile it and I just do a report on his work. And of course I give him a generous shout out because his work's great. In fact, if you haven't been to the website, you should go because it's a great website for learning things. And, oh, and he's dead. Wow. Hey, thanks, Monica. Monica says, yo, I'm back. Whatever the case is, yeah, so you can actually just see which weapons are performing the most damage from that website. That's my opinion. There's room for counter arguments. You could say something like, when it comes to the speedrunning tier lists, you could say, Well, maybe the speedrunners who do the heavy bowgun are more skilled than the speedrunners for the lance, because they just happen to be the best players. That is a fair argument to make. However, the difference is so large between the heavy bowgun and the lance in terms of speedrunner like data, the times and how many times you come in first place versus last place. You could probably conclude that the lance is underperforming and the heavy bowgun is overperforming on average. So there's, it's not perfect, but it's probably the best thing we have to understanding which weapons are strongest.
I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I want to feel what
I
love is.
want to
I love
know
you.
what
I want you to
love
show
is.
me.
I want. How does it go? I want you to show me. Wait, am I singing it wrong? I'm trying to remember how it goes. That's an old one. That's Phil Collins. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. I think it's I want you to show me. I don't remember how it goes, man. It's been a long time. Do 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 do. Dude, Phil Collins. It's too bad he stopped writing music. He was pretty talented. I can't remember why he stopped. I'm gonna look it up. Why did Phil Collins stop making music? Do 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 do. Phil Collins had a spinal problem that forced him to stop playing the drums, and he announced he was retiring from music. Oh, that's really sad. During his heyday, Phil Collins was one of the best drummers of his generation. Now, over 40 years later, he's lived through an addiction that almost killed him and suffered an injury that took away his ability to play the drums. Despite this, Collins is still going strong, singing his legendary songs on tour. Oh, damn. He's sitting down in a chair like he's a cripple. He had a painful spine injury. My vertebrae have been crushed, my spinal cord because of the position I drum in. It comes from years from playing. Oh, dude. I can't even hold the sticks properly. Collins describes how he used to tape the drumsticks to his hands in order to play, but that's not a long-term solution. Man, imagine being a millionaire. You can't do it, guys. You cannot trade your health for anything. Doesn't matter how wealthy you are. If you're going to ruin your body, you're losing something you can't replace. Stay healthy, guys.
The song was by Foreigner.
Foreigner. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why the lyrics didn't fit into the it didn't fit into the phrase I was singing. Oh, I don't recognize that one by Foreigner. Yeah, I don't recognize that one. I'm sorry, Cheese. Huh. Thanks for the donation anyways. I thought that was a Phil Collins song. Hold on, let me see if there's something similar. Oh, oh, I'm so sorry. I think the beginning of the lyrics confused me, and I don't recognize the Foreigner song. Here you go, Cheese. I'll post it. Mess says, speaking of music, I want to hear why you think Jeremy Soul's music Skyrim, among many others, can be created with just tech. No, no, no. I think it can't be created with just tech. Spinal cord, that's right. How's it going, Parker Riggs? What's the ID? Let me turn the ID on. Lance should have inbuilt shield up and 2 levels of guard. Totally agree. Side says, ooh, another stream. You are tireless. Thanks for your hard work. Oh, thank you very much for your generous donations, man. I don't mind at all. Posture check. That's right, guys. Grill Band says, what if Capcom makes a Safi plus Elytrion weapon? Ooh. Omad says, I give up. What? Lance does have build-in guard up, says I only want the spice. This is accurate. It does. However, it only activates after you've been in the power guard position for a moment. And the reason this is terrible is because the vast majority of the time, when you want to respond quickly to an incoming attack, you don't have time to go into the power guard. So there's plenty of, like, think of Behemoth for a second. There's plenty of moments where you don't have time to power guard for a moment before it activates. So what you end up doing is, to play it safe, you add the decoration anyways. Ego says, is 2 sharpness better than 5 attack awakening? They're probably very close. It probably also has to do, there's a lot of factors that go into play when it comes to saying, hey, what does the most damage? If you really want to see what does the most damage, my opinion, rather than looking for a calculator to tell you what the very tippy top most damage is to just go look at the fastest speed run with that weapon and see what the guy was doing and copy that. The reason why is because you can theorize certain amounts of handicraft, purple handicraft versus, like a small sliver of purple versus a big bar of white. You can have all this theory. You could use a calculator to be like, oh man, somebody's knocking on my door. I'll be right back. Woo! All the Pokemon cards are arriving. Holy cow, man. I gotta get over to my other channel. Sorry about that. So anyways, I think I was saying something along the lines of, when you're using a calculator to try and determine what does the most damage, you can come up with like a number that is most optimal. But then when you actually watch someone speedrun, you realize they take into account a lot of different ideas for when they actually fight the monster. It's blessed chat, says Twitch. All right, here, let me go ahead and close this down and actually play. I agree the speedruns have powerful builds, but typically they aren't general builds. They specify builds for that monster. That's my whole point, Casey. My whole point is that the reason people ask, okay, what does more damage, is because they're trying to optimize damage. But the truth is, there's no general build that optimizes damage. What optimizes damage is when you have a build for each monster. Here we go. And there's exceptions to that, obviously, like maybe sticky ammo. There's probably an exception where there really is just one sticky ammo build for a light bowgun that deals the very most damage. Thanks, random people, for keeping us entertained. Is he on PC right now? I am on the best box, the Eggsbox. Best bone. Is Tenderizer good on gun lances? No. It would be good on gun lances if you were doing like a shell and melee damage build together, but generally people do not do this. Not in Iceborne. Maybe that will change though. Sans is a sticky simp. What is the best paralysis hunting horn? Probably a Safi'jiiva hunting horn with paralysis on it. Tenderize good for normal shelling and wide shelling. See, I think that I heard that people, even with wide shelling, though, are just using focus. And then saying that weakness exploit is good for normal shelling assumes that normal shelling's good either way. Yeah, I don't know if any speedrunners use a normal shelling setup at all. So to ask, is Tenderizer used on the gun lance? You could say, yeah, on a normal shelling setup. But then you would have to say, but nobody really uses those. Oh yeah, there's this stuff. I should collect it. Gosh, let me just buy it. Wait, what? There we go. Look at all these bugs. Okay, there we go. Who is looking forward to Master Rank Kolv Taroth? Master Rank Kolv Taroth. Me. Hey man, what do you think of Master Rank Kolv Taroth? Is she gonna be really good? Do you think her weapons are gonna be stronger than Safi'jiiva weapons? And what do you think that the armor is gonna be like? I should be like, it's gonna be the best. It's gonna be so OP and powerful, and it's gonna blow your mind. And you're going to have a huge boner the moment you see all those Kolv Taroth weapons. Just get you all hyped up. Is that what you guys are saying? Because I don't know anything more than you guys. Gosh, what is the... My desk is stuck on something. Jesus, I'm trying to fix it. Jordan says, best bowgun and ammo for fighting Rajang. I have mixed feelings from people. Well, if you were a speedrunner, you would use spread ammo. If you're playing on a team multiplayer, I would use sticky ammo. Man, where are all these Monster Hunter questions? Where are the good questions? Like, should the Federal Reserve be allowed to just infinitely print money after taking all of the bad mortgages from the bank? God Terror Boy says, my sound isn't on, so I have no idea what's going on. X Ragan says, if it's not, you owe me 100. Flame Rule says, Kolv is going to be solid gold, 100% info. What? Me. All right, Twitch, let's carry. Listen to these guys. ES says, it wasn't enough. We constantly mugged this Elder Dragon minding her own business. Now we must sate our bloodlust. Alright, I have pushed start this time. Somebody else has not pushed start. Trevin says, I just tried out a true crit element greatsword and was disappointed since Volcano 4-piece does more damage. It's just haha, money printer go brr. Well, basically, I was doing a little more research on like what's going to happen in the real estate markets because, my wife and I were selling a home, but also it's just part of the overall like the market, right? So investors buy homes as a form of investment, but they also buy stock as a form of investment, right? Where they buy gold and Bitcoin. There's a lot of things you can put your money into that you hope appreciates in value. And I was learning about how basically the banks and the government learned a lot about the housing market basically going through like a bubble pop from 2008. So it learned a lot. And what happened with the banks, what happened was when they had a bunch of defaulted loans, defaulted mortgages, they didn't have the money that they needed to pay off who they borrowed money from. And this was a big problem for the banks, right? And so this time around, what the government decided to do, or what the government's learned that it can do, is it can just say, oh, you got a bunch of subprime mortgages that you can't get money on and you can't sell it to investors anymore because investors don't want the subprime mortgages anymore. We'll buy it from you. So the government's buying these subprime mortgages from the banks now, or the mortgage loaners, lenders. They're buying them, and then they're printing money to pay for it. That's pretty cool, right? They just print the money, easy. Well, where are you getting the money from? Oh, we just print it. What the... It's pretty bad. Where are you getting the money for that? Oh yeah, we can just print it. It's easy. It's like stealing, guys. It's like straight up stealing. The government steals from you when it prints a bunch of money like that. What's supposed to happen is the banks are supposed to go bankrupt. That's what's supposed to happen, but they don't. So they get to play this investment game where they become crazy rich, and then when they don't have any money saved up for a big problem, instead of going bankrupt and losing, we bail them out with a ton of money, and the government prints money, which is the worst way to fix a problem, because every time a government prints money, you lose money. So right, if there's like $10 in circulation, those $10 have a certain value. When the government then prints an extra $10 and puts it in its own pocket, there's $20 total, and those $20 now have half the value that they used to have. That's why you don't want the government to print money. Well, I've heard an argument that you want some inflation. So I've learned about that not too long ago, because I thought all inflation was bad. Apparently, if you don't have even a little bit of inflation, if you actually have deflation in your economy, that's bad. Because apparently when your economy is deflating, investors they don't want to buy things because they know whatever it is they were going to buy is going to get cheaper over time, so they don't buy it. people are motivated to buy things that they believe is going to get more expensive over time. So I guess there's a reason to have a little bit of inflation. So the Federal Reserve has like a target market for the amount of inflation in your country, right? That is, I can't remember, it's like 2% or something like that, in order to keep people buying things. But this whole issue with the subprime mortgages, having your Federal Reserve buy all the, and I don't know, I only read the one article, so I have to read another one to make sure I fully understand it. But it sounds like in order to avoid the mortgage crisis of 2008, basically you're going to have your government buy all the subprime mortgages through the Federal Reserve. And how are they going to pay for it? Well, they're just going to print a ton of money. Easy. That's what I think I understood from the article. I probably need to read more articles on it. But if that's how it's working, that's crazy when you think about it. The government's like, we own this now? How did you buy it? Oh, we just printed money. Like, oh my god. Let's see what you guys are saying. I love getting my cheeks clapped by monsters. Unlock Rajang. Timax says, yes, it is 2%. Okay, thanks for confirming that. I read that was it this year or last year? Because I was learning about inflation, and I was like, I heard that inflation is not 100% a bad thing. It's usually when there's too much of it that is a bad thing. Print dat money, says Cool Steve. I know, right? We are definitely a debtor nation. There's no limit to the amount that we can print. It incentivizes people to save when the currency goes up in value. Saving is capital investment, so that's fine. Many modern day economists think not for some reason. GE must still solo Extreme. He wants hard fights, but never do the hardest fight to the end. Aw, man, I should have done it when Weakness Exploit actually still worked the way it used to, and the Temporal Mantle was still OP. Miscellaneous says, you have a good talking voice. Oh, thank you, Miscellaneous. I think it's not necessarily my voice. I think it's the fact that I can talk a lot. That's why I've thought about it myself. I think it's the fact that I talk a lot. Bro, this is too long. Bro, how you miss every TCS? Because I'm not even looking at the game, guys. I'm looking at the chat screen. Looking at you guys. Bro, how you miss? Imagine getting webbed up by your own rotten skin. Yo, dude, that's gross, man. That's like Cheeto girls in the back of the class gross. Lewis says, marry me. I have to know how large the endowment is. That can be boring if you're right. Well, it shouldn't be, blah blah. TGC Extremist Solo is much worse now, says X Ragan. What do you guys think? Should I change the challenge for the Extremist role? I feel that it is kind of unfair. Good job saving Twitch, by the way, guys. I wasn't even paying attention. I saw it afterwards. Could you solo Safi with new Raging Furious material? Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Why not? CCC has 4-leg, and if you get pinned, you are 90% Omiwa motion group. South Africans' coronavirus infection rate went from 42% to 4%. How did they do that? Well, you know, and it's funny too, because I was learning about how in New York, the death rate for coronavirus shot way up after they decided to count a bunch of other deaths as coronavirus deaths. And I realized the way you report coronavirus determines a lot on what the public believes, how dangerous the virus is, and, you know, maybe like how much funding or help you get for that virus. It made me realize there is probably an incentive, whether political or financial, to misrepresent the information on coronavirus. Whether you're saying, oh my gosh, it's a complete disaster and we need lots of federal money in order to deal with it, or they're trying to say, oh my gosh, the coronavirus is so deadly, why didn't we do something earlier? It's the federal government's fault. Vote for some other federal government, like Joe Biden. You see what I'm saying? Vote for some other president. So I realized, I was like, wow, that's actually kind of scary, because I don't know how much I trust my government, to be honest. It's not just the Chinese government. I have such a low trust in the American government in general. I really do, because all they do is fight. There's no unity. It's just this awful, awful fight. So it's like, I don't know what I believe. I'm getting my tinfoil hat so they can't hear my thoughts. Ah, snap. I live in New York. In the state I live in Missouri, and the death rate for coronavirus is much lower than what Italy and Spain experienced. It's actually not even that much compared to just like the flu. It's just kind of like the flu, basically. He just got double KO. He just got double knockdown. My final exams this summer are canceled because coronavirus. Big W. Got that little bit of extra damage on the tail there. You're very good at this game. Are you sure? It feels like I'm just kind of smacking the monster over and over. My dad works at Capcom. I'm gonna get you banned. Good night or day or whatever time it is in your country. It is definitely the daytime right now. I dislike the pseudo witch hunt for being on either side of the political spectrum. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, it's all, you know, it's politics for them. God, it's so gross. I'm so, like, tired of it. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? How do I miss that? Tara, why are you gay? Why are you running? I was born in New York, so I can see COVID spreading easy. Well, I feel like it, you know what I mean? You got so many people there. How could it not when you have such a densely populated city? Hey, I'm in Missouri too. What area? How's it going, Tyler? I'm technically from St. Peters. So, okay, so I'm in the St. Charles County. But I'm technically in St. Peters. That one guy says, I'm in Missouri too. Oh my God. Gentleman says, how are you? I'm having a good day. We got a thick donation from Astute Grizzly, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I got a pie that I just pulled out of the oven, and we're going to be opening up a 22-year-old box of Pokemon cards right after this live stream on my other YouTube channel. So I'm very excited. The fuck you say to me, you little shit? We have a population of about 40 to 50 million inhabitants. Not all citizens, but there are 2,400 recorded cases of infected people recorded. Could be more. Economist, basically. Jesus says, I'm from Brazil. Hey, I'm from Brazil. There's something interesting that happens where, you know, sometimes people will say hello and tell you where they're from. It's not super common for that to happen. However, there is one country where people say this more than any other country, and it's Brazil. Every time someone's from Brazil, they're like, hey, I'm from Brazil. It's like they really want you to know where they're from. I don't know why. Hey, I'm from Brazil. Oprah says, I'm your neighbor. Oh, really? Are you from St. Peter's too? James says, do you not get tired by whipping all the true charge slashes? Casey says, let's talk about how the airlines were bailed out less than 20 years ago, then didn't come up with the company plan to avoid this situation again, and now they need it again. Well, that's the thing. I think that giant corporations and giant businesses, and who knows, just in general businesses, have kind of discovered that they can be a shitty, mediocre business with no plan for a catastrophe, because they want to put 100% of their money invested in profits, right? So what do I mean by that? Well, in order to do research and development, in order to have lots of product stocked, and in order to do whatever they're doing, maybe building a new building, in order to do all that, they have a limited amount of cash to work with, and they could either have all that money invested into trying to make more cash, or they could put that money away for a catastrophe. And of course, they don't choose the catastrophe. And I think part of the reason we're part to blame, because the government says, all right, we had a catastrophe, we'll fix it for you. So if you think about it for a second, guys, the government is basically playing the role of being the company's free insurance. That's what the government turns out to be. So what do I take from that? I take from that you and I need to be investor types, because the government bails you out if you screw up in that regard. But I don't really know how you would do it. Maybe with the real estate. Maybe you start an actual legit business. If you guys ever start a business and become millionaires, let me know. I want a bigger donation from you. Don't come to Brazil. It ain't worth it. My name is I live in Brazil. Let's go ahead and put on temporal. Ouch. Let's die, I mean. Alright, I'm good. Good stream, but I have to go to sleep now. Good night, Ruben. Not actually from Brazil, joking. Have you ever gone rock climbing? A long time ago when I was younger and much thinner. Who remembers the backup data animations from Monster NFU? What does the Otogear and armor remind you of? Lingerie. I don't know. Man, where's the lingerie armor in this game? Come on, guys. I say we don't have enough booby armor. Conspiracy theories are connecting 5G to COVID-19. How are the two even connected? Oh, so Bryce, China would like to control how we have the internet set up. Basically, you know how I'm always complaining about the internet? Well, we have these huge companies that are basically the equivalent of energy companies. Okay, so energy companies are such a core part of your country. They're like this utility that you cannot go on without. Okay, you have to have energy. You have to have an electric company, a nuclear company, right? And the government's actually really well involved with these because they're so vital. They're absolutely necessary. So we have these huge technology companies that provide everyone internet, right? How is internet provided? Well, there's a bunch of servers that are connected with cables, and that's how you get your internet, man. So these are just like the utility companies, just like the energy companies, and China would like to be the provider of 5G internet for Europe. That's what, and if they did this, that would be a huge deal for China if they did this. So China is now telling, countries like the UK, hey, you need some masks for COVID-19? We'll do a trade with you. We'll give you a bunch of free masks, and you let us be the provider of 5G internet in your country. It is so freaking shark-like, guys. So it's like what I've been saying. It's always been a competition over limited resources. These countries are not your friend, just like the banks aren't necessarily your friend, right? You got banks in your country. They're not there to hold your hand and tell you that they love you. They're there strictly to do business and to get rich off of you. And so you have to make sure that, you're thinking about how to protect yourself when you buy their products. Well, China's just like that. There are economic competitors, and they're using the COVID-19 pandemic as an opportunity to try and sell 5G networks. And that should offend everyone extremely badly because it was actually their wet markets where the COVID-19 originated from. Nice, we got the tail sever. It was from their wet markets that it originated from, and they had already had SARS come out of their wet market, and they were already getting all these warnings. Oh my God, you're going to have some stupid virus come out if you don't shut down your wet markets, and they didn't do it. Their wet markets didn't get shut down, and then I believe, if I understand correctly, the World Health Organization was saying that you didn't need to shut down your borders for the COVID-19 virus. They were early on they were saying this, right? And then what happens is spreads to Italy and Spain and just wipes out thousands of people. Thousands of people died of this virus that originates in China, and China turns around after, I don't know if you guys know, because I don't know how much you guys keep up with the news. I keep up with the news, all right? Is all I watch. I watch that and I watch financial stuff because I enjoy it. So anyways, when Wuhan is having their outbreak and it's really bad and they're doing really hardcore stuff to stop the spread, like they're locking you in your house and just letting you die in your home, they're like, nope, you got it, you're gonna die. And they're pulling people out of their home against their will, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So while that's happening in Wuhan, China starts buying back all of the masks that they, had been selling around the world. They start buying them back because they knew how bad the pandemic was going to be. And meanwhile, they put out reports like, yeah, it's under control, it's not so bad. So the World Health Organization, whether or not they're playing for Team China or whether China maybe just lied to them and fibbed the numbers, is it fibbed? Yeah, fibbed's the right word. Whatever it is they did, they buy back all these masks, and then the outbreak turns out to be really horrible. It spreads to pretty much every country in the entire world, and they tell like the UK, hey, we'll give you these free masks that we bought back, free, if you implement 5G network from us in your country. What? Where was I standing? I thought I was standing behind the rock. What happened? Oh my God. Well, anyways, so it's so, that is so fucked up. That is so bad. It really is. That is so bad that everyone should be extremely offended and see China as an economic competitor, because that's what they are in the end. You don't have to hate them, but they're there to make money and to compete. They're not there to be your best friend. I can't believe that there were liberals who were like offended that we wanted to call it, the Chinese virus. That's so it's so exactly like at the heart of the problem with identity politics. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys. People are dying, right? Still worried about social justice. We can't get mad at China. We can't be like, you were warned you're going to have the virus outbreak with your stupid wet market. Nah, can't hurt their feelings. Bulldrome is the most difficult monster. I thought Mosswine was hardest. Mosswine solo never took you for a conspiracy guy. I'm not a conspiracy guy. None of the things I just said was conspiracy, by the way. So conspiracy would be like if China did it on purpose. Okay, that would be conspiracy. I didn't suggest they did it on purpose. Everything I said was reported by mainstream news media, and I'm not talking about Fox News either. It is a fact that China did buy back a ton of masks during their outbreak in Wuhan, okay? And it is a fact that China offered, I don't remember if it was the UK or some other European country, they said, we will give you the supplies you want for free, but you have to implement 5G network from us in your country. You'll basically be your energy supplier. Okay, so they're trying to make these kind of deals with Europe right now to take advantage of the very virus that came out of their country from their stupid wet markets. So that's not made up conspiracy stuff. That's actually stuff everyone's aware of, and it's talked about and reported by mainstream news media. It's not, I'm here for the conv. You guys mind if I chat publicly as cheese? Yet China can have monetary sway over US media. The US media hates Donald Trump. He goes after them, whether it's justified or not, he goes after them all the time. He's always attacking them, so they absolutely hate him. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, left foreleg broken apparently. I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. Nope, I'm still alive. They do not like him. Jeff Bezos owns like the Washington Post. Crazy stuff. Anyways, what is the wet market? Oh, it's like, you know, there are supermarkets where they sell exotic animals apparently. And apparently, you know, the SARS outbreak came from one of their wet markets and killed a bunch of people over in Asia, but it never made it to the U.S. and to Europe, I suppose. So it wasn't such a big deal, but now they've got this coronavirus, and it actually did make it over, and it killed a ridiculous number of people. And you know, and people say, oh, well, it's not as bad as you think it is. It's not as bad. You know, it's like the flu, but a little worse. But it's like, yeah, but it's additional deaths. All right, there we go. Time up. Sounds like a China strategy. Well, that's what they're saying, Fenro. That's what they're saying. It sounds like a China strategy. And everything is. Everything is always a strategy for their country. Everything is always a strategy for our countries. This never-ending battle for power and for money and for economic strength. It's this never-ending, you know, competition. I think China should pay something back because of this outbreak. Edgy says we need Equal Dragon Weapon as the final title update. Trevin says, oh, where'd he go? Because they corrupt after 4 years of hearing Trump name, I have PTSD. Same difference says, had the media not been so antagonistic, they would have liked Trump like they did for decades before. Des says, freaking hell. Oprah again says, anyone notice how Teostra's theme sound like that Put Your Sexy On song? Is it? Twitch says, yeah, I knew from A1 we were getting that. Gilbert says, I dislike what YouTube has become to appease MSM and other companies. Oh, right. YouTube punishes you pretty quick if you use a curse word or you talk about a controversial subject. If you guys would like, I can actually show you when you upload a video, if you have to click a button to monetize the video, and then what happens is you go to a news screen where they have a whole list that tests what's been in your video. So it's like, is there mild violence in your video? Do you talk about politics in your... I can't remember if politics is one. Do you talk about... I think it calls them controversial subjects. That's what it calls them. And so if you have talked about them, you have to click the box. And then I assume they demonetize you. So it's interesting because it offers maybe a solution where maybe certain advertisers will still advertise based on what you clicked, but then other advertisers can avoid you. But it's so silly. It's... I don't know. I can't believe that. I don't know. I can understand it from the corporation's point of view. I get it. Maybe I don't think it's all just the corporations trying to play politics. Some of them probably just don't want to be associated with it. Maybe it's, yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. It does get annoying though. Help me get to 60 subs, please. Oh my gosh, Harzik. Lus says, the fastest banhammer in the West. Imagine, what? Imagine failing Safi. Twitch Terra want to go and finish this. Would you rather have a game where you play through the lifespan of monsters or a fighting Monster Hunter game? Hey, you. Coronavirus isn't the flu, it's actually worse, says Human Person. Right, I know. People just compare the death rates to the flu, and they do this because they want to say, oh, it's not that bad. That is usually the purpose. the safeguard here. Way more infectious. I've heard that, yeah. YouTube became pure money grab content farm platform. Yeah. You know, one of the things that I've really found myself not enjoying with YouTube content these days is how much time is spent on the intros. So one of the things I've been thinking about doing for my own videos is significantly reducing the intro time and just jumping straight into the purpose of the content so that it's transferred to you guys in a very efficient manner. It's one of the reasons I like lists, by the way. You know, like top 10 lists, those aren't just clickbaity, they're actually very efficient for giving information out. They're organized, and you can just talk from subject to subject. How do you read chat and play at the same time? It's so hard to multitask. I play very poorly. That's how. Probably play not that well. A certain light bowgun user known as Desk Mounted in 8. Who is the hottest Monster Hunter character? The hottest? Fish Aficionado. Fish Aficionado is the hottest character. Defense boost insect glaive. The only reason people use YouTube is because there's no other alternative. It's a platform that was like YouTube. If there was a platform that was like YouTube but was a lot more relaxed, everyone would use that. That's right. So YouTube basically has no true competition. I mean, you've got Facebook, maybe Twitch, trying to think of others. Maybe TikTok a little bit. Not really. TikTok's its own, you know, TikTok's more like Imgur. I would say TikTok, Imgur, and 9gag compete. Yeah, I don't think that YouTube has much competition, and it's probably going to stay that way for a while. Do you think they will bring back Fatalis? No clue. Very common question. What I hate about YouTube is that a 10-minute video will have 5 ads. What? That never happens for me. Yeah, that's not my experience at all. Often I get many videos that have no ads, and I'm not talking no ads because of ad blocker, but just literally no ads at all. I get plenty of no ad videos, and then when I do get a video with an ad, it'll be like 1 ad. Very different experience. I have no idea what you're talking about. How do I spell fish aficionado? He's trying to Google it, guys. Fish aficionado. Alright, I better look up and see what body parts aren't broken on Clove. No, I'm not Clove, I'm sorry. Here's quest info. Oh, what am I doing, man? I'm supposed to be good at this. Chest. Head completely broken. So we got the chest and the head completely broken. Alright. Those are the two. So I'm going to focus on the head. Hey, what if we use the Clutch Claw build? Isn't that fun? Dude, when do you sleep? Weren't you streaming around 3 a.m.? I sleep roughly right after that live stream, so this is like morning time for me. The vids I watch have ads, but I never get the ads from the video. Oh, you're talking about... So those are like sponsorship ads. Those are ads where an agreement has been made between the YouTuber and the company, and so what they do is they put the ad directly into the video. TGC, do you have any tips for Ancient Leshen? Ancient Leshen, he's pretty old now. He's a high rank fight, so you should be able to put together a master rank armor set, and then he's very easy. The first trick I would say to fighting Ancient Leshen is don't fight him alone. He's not a monster who scales. He's a monster who's designed for 4-player, and he does not scale for single player. So don't fight him alone. I'm going to do a little bit of amount damage, guys. Oh, no, I'm not. Don't fight him by yourself, because there's no point to. Fight him with the team, and just bring a lot of heals, and you know, you could put on like a level or 2 of you could put Divine Blessing Secret to reduce all of the chip damage that he has, and if you bring like health regen, if you bring a health regen augmentation on your weapon, you should be absolutely fine. I don't think he's even that hard anymore. Nice, I got that 700 damage. Raid Shadow Legends. I was offered a sponsorship with Raid Shadow Legends, and it was a generous offer. I would have been paid about $2,500 for doing 1 ad. And I turned it down because I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tell my audience that I like this game because I actually do not play this game. So I turned it down for, I guess you could say, like ethical reasons. I didn't want to recommend a game that I'm not truly recommending. And now that we're in a recession and my CPM is garbage, It's like literally for every. It used to be. Oh look, I mounted him. There you guys go. It used to be my CPM. Think of it like this: where I used to make $10, I now make $3. That's how it works now for me. So my CPM dropped so hard after the after the coronavirus pandemic began, and that's because all these businesses are pulling out their advertisements. Although I think a recent video was like 5 CPM, so that's better, but it's still like half. So now I regret it. I'm like, damn, I should have done the Raid Shadow Legends. I should have just, sucked in my pride and just done the Raid Shadow Legends promotion, sponsorship, and taken the money. Yeah, God Terror Boy says you should have taken the sponsorship. Well, that's why I'm saying I didn't know there was going to be this, like, basically a recession. Everyone's applying for unemployment, and the small businesses are going to be decimated. So I think we probably are going to have something of a recession. In like 2 months, there will be some kind of recession. So I didn't know any of that was going to happen. Nobody knew. Like my wife and I, we bought a house for her parents to move into. So we have 3 mortgages. We wouldn't have done that if we knew coronavirus was around the corner. We would not have done that. It was just this financial mistake that you couldn't have predicted. There's no way to predict it. So mistakes were made, unfortunately. I guess you could call it bad luck even. Wouldn't you say that? It was like bad luck. Like if I had knowledge that we were going to go into this pandemic, I definitely would have taken I'd have been like, I'd have been like, guys, this is the best game. Raid Shadow Legends, go play it now today. You could do. Oh man, look at these microtransactions. They're so worth every penny. That would have been me, and I would have taken that 2,500 in a heartbeat and left. Hey guys, have you heard of? The funny thing is, they get all this free advertisement from me because I talk about their offer. But it's still fun to talk about. No TCS in Knockdown. What the hell? Hey guys, have you heard of? I'm looking for work. Too bad Bloomberg didn't become the nominee. He would have been buying ads left and right. Oh, I talked about that when Bloomberg was running. My CPM, which is like kind of like my rate of pay, was so high, and he ran so many ads on YouTube. So I was doing so well when he was running. I made a ton of money that month. I was like, damn, I'm doing real well. So that month was a good month, and that was when Bloomberg was buying all those YouTube ads. It was really funny. Hey, mister, do you need a sponsor? Hey, if you got a small business or an online business or whatever you want to... I am actually looking for a sponsor, and I prefer to do it with, once again, something that I don't mind sponsoring. But I haven't actually looked that hard for a sponsor. What I've been working on the most lately, the thing I've been working on the most is trying to figure out how the heck am I going to do merchandise. I want the merchandise to be really decent quality. I don't want like garbage merchandise, which I think is what the majority of people make. If it were me, frick pride, and let me get those monies. If you switched a subspecies around with the original, how would you name them? Crimson, Green Raytheon. He'd proud of that mod status. But yeah, so I've been working on merchandise, and I signed up for a website that gets you a sponsor, but so far they have not mentioned anything. And what you can do is you can go in and like apply for a sponsorship, but I've not really applied for anything because I'm not. Well, I saw the things you can apply for, and the problem is, it's the same problem I've always had. The reason you guys have never seen me sponsor anything is because it all looks like garbage, man. It all looks so bad. I don't want to sponsor any of that stuff. They're like, sponsor this product. I'm like, what? I'm never sponsoring that product. So there's like bottom of the barrel products. I could actually sponsor MasterCard. Did you know that? So I could sponsor credit cards. Get a credit card, guys. Which I guess is not such a big deal, but it's like, I don't want to sponsor a credit card. So it's weird, but I didn't even apply for it. Who knows if they would have taken me, but I didn't even apply for it. Because I don't want to sponsor credit cards. And the credit card was like really well paying too. It was like, yeah, sponsor our credit card and get paid lots of money. So I don't know, man. It's just not in me. Oh, ouch. I think merchandise will be a big solution for monetizing, all the work I do. Uh-oh. And so I'm really working on that. Oh my god. What I should do is I should get like a partnership with somebody who wants to start up maybe like a fashion sort of business. I should just get a partnership with them and just work with them all the time. That's what I should do. I told my wife she could design stuff and I'll sell it, but she works full time, so she doesn't have time for that. Sponsor those essential oils. I'm gonna do what is his name? I can't remember. The guy who they're turning the freaking frogs gay. What was his name? Shoot, man, I can't remember his name. Why can't I remember his name? They're turning the freaking frogs gay. I gotta do what he does. I gotta offer all the, like, the male enhancement pills and all that stuff. Would I ever sponsor feminism? I guess if there's enough money involved. Maybe that's the reason some things do get sponsored, some ideologies. It's just money. Terra for Discord mod. Alan says, the merch better not be a black tee with Gameconomist on the front. You heard me talking about it earlier. Double F. Oh, I'm not even looking. Alex Jones, thank you. I was thinking Adam, and I knew Adam wasn't his name, so I was like, what is his name? Too many names, man. But anyways, Alex Jones, he's like selling all these male enhancement vitamins. I just sell you vitamins. They're just going to be Flintstones gummies. That's all they're going to be. They're just going to be Flintstone gummies, guys. But I'm going to say it gives you male virility. Guaranteed girlfriends. Make a plain black t-shirt with the Gameconomist Cart X3 in plain white writing. Triple cart shirt? I'll make a triple cart shirt. Alex jokes. So right, we have the head to go for, but we also have the chest to go for. Don't do it, Salazar. Did anyone get grabbed? Oh, and he's dead. Doesn't matter. Adam Bones. Woo! Now I ain't selling any of that stuff. I'm going to start selling the BDSM collars, guys. I'm going to have my little logo on it. Easy. TGE body armor. TSCE selling us Viagra. Oh my god. Something like that. Dude, Karen and her essential oils think she can kill COVID and save her little angel. Alright, here, while we're in the load screens, I'm going to go ahead and stretch, guys. I'll be right back. Everyone wants cold body pillows. I don't know if I'm allowed to make that. That is a licensed Capcom product. I don't think I can make it. Maybe I should just go for it and see what happens. Okay, I'm back. What'd I miss? Working morning, good night, all y'all. See you later, city. What do we get? Friendship jewels. Wow. Capcom will slap a lawsuit if you sell merch without a license. They don't mess around. Yeah, see, that's what I'm concerned about. I feel that I don't think they would do a lawsuit, but I think that they would tell you, hey, you can't sell that. John Guo says, make a shirt that says Buff Lance. Oh, man. That might be a good one. Buff the Lance. I should do like a beta male shirt and it will have like a lance on it. Liam may have been having a stroke. What are you talking about? Hey, you. Go ahead and exit. Make a clutch claw build, says Tone Rue. I do have a clutch claw build. You want to see it? No, let's not use the clutch claw build. What I would like to go back to is the hammer build where we were playing wide range, because I think that giving out all those damage buffs was really useful. Was it this one? It was this one. You know, we ought to make an equivalent hunting horn build. What do you guys think? Let's make an equivalent hunting horn build. Oh, but if we did, we wouldn't have the Tigrex skill. Let me think about it. Poison, dragon, ice, sleep, water, poison, and sleep. Wow, this one already has the attack melody set up here. I don't know. I guess we'll stick with the hammer for now. I want to put together a attack buff build sometime. Have you heard what happened to that Poly family? I remember you used the thumbnail. I did, Trevin. So, Trevin's referring to the family where it was like 5 or 6 dudes to one girl, and they were considered like a polyamorous relationship group. And it was really awkward because the dudes looked like they were straight out of, I don't know, like GameStop employees or something. So these guys looked really odd, right? And they had one kind of like chubby cheeks girlfriend that they were all sharing. Is super awkward, right? And she gets pregnant, of course, with only one of their children, because that's how it works, guys. That's why polyamorous relationships with a bunch of guys doesn't work as easily as it does when it's one guy for multiple women, right? It doesn't work as well because only one guy can get the one girl pregnant. Anyways, the kid comes out and one of the guys can't stand the crying of the baby and he breaks the baby's leg by beating it up. And so he goes to jail. And I don't know what happened to all the relationship. It's really crazy. You want me to look it up? Because that is actually worth talking about. That one's is such a crazy story. Where is it? Oh, no, here it is. A man who featured as one of the 4 male partners in a polyamorous relationship with a pregnant woman that received media attention in December has been charged with aggravated child abuse after the 5-week-old baby suffered multiple severe injuries. Dude, crazy. 22-year-old Ethan Balcom was one of the individuals shown in a Barcroft TV production, which told the story of a 20-year-old Tori Ojeda, if I said her name right, sharing her Jacksonville, Florida, I think it meant to say home, with 3 of her 4 partners, including Balcom. Ojeda revealed that she was marrying one of the men in the house, but the father of her baby was another partner called Christopher. Christopher said he was looking forward to sharing father responsibilities with the other men. There is a lot of support between all of us. It has now been revealed that one of those men, Ethan, admitted to physically abusing the 5-week-old baby while babysitting the infant. According to reports, the baby suffered a broken leg, broken arm, ribs, and skull fracture. Dude, that's way worse than I knew. The police report reveals that Ethan, who told officers he needed to tell the truth, heard a pop during the incident, which occurred on May 12th. Dude. No way, man. He's going to jail. That's crazy, man. Oh my god. All right. Woo. Every time I go up for a quest, I've been waiting for you. That's right. She's really weird. Yeah, I thought the baby only had like a broken leg, which seemed odd because it's like, what do you do? Punch it just in the leg? Apparently, broken leg, ribs, arm, and fracture to the skull. Dude, that's ridiculous. See you later, Fangor. F that baby. That's right. The baby got a big fat F. Dude, that's crazy. How can I not? I cannot for the life of me grab this guy's head. I hate the clutch claw. The clutch claw turns every weapon into an insect glaive where you have to aim and fire something. You are no longer allowed to just be a melee weapon. You have to learn to aim and fire this goddamn clutch claw. And then once you fire it, you turn into what the switch axe used to be, which is a latch weapon. Now you got a latch. It's so ridiculous. Oh, here it is. This is what I was trying to eat. There we go. Alright, so they're all buffed. Why are people so cruel to babies? Because babies are annoying, probably, but that doesn't mean you can hurt babies. Obviously. Want to see a man beat up a girl, but me in the room with her. What? Glad to finally make a live stream. Big fan. How's it going, Cap Kaboom? Press F to pay respect for the baby? Dude, that baby got the short end of the stick for real. Mommy's sleeping with 4 guys. It's polyamory. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think, a serious question, do you think polyamorous relationships with 4 dudes can work? I think it could work in like a gay relationship, maybe. The problem is you can only get one girl pregnant, so she's going to develop like an actual bond with the baby and probably the father of the baby. That's my opinion. I don't know. People have an opinion that anything can go. I don't know if that's reality, though. I don't know if anything can go. You ain't pimping unless you're simping, said Lust. Okay. You guys want me to open my OnlyFans? If I open my OnlyFans account and put my pictures up there, like my, pictures of myself, are you guys going to subscribe? Aside from Elder Dragons, who do you think is the top predator in Monster Hunter World? Definitely Pukey Pukey. He is definitely a child predator. Is it a problem to use Lance for the Safi'jiiva siege if I'm comfortable with it? No, you can use any weapon you want. Negative, I'm not sure. Dude, this guy broke the kid's arm, leg, fractured the skull, and apparently the ribs too. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, man. I still lived. Lucky. I tried to dive evade. It didn't work. Cannot believe that they will go through when they grow up. I hate Vice, BuzzFeed, on all these scummy trash websites. What? I don't know what you're talking about now, man. Bunch of beta males, bro. Not even beta, they moved down the Charlie. They're Charlie males. Bisexual relationship with the 4-way cream pie, and whoever swims faster gets the baby. Oh my god, Oprah. It's awful. Probably the first girl to give him some new. Woo! Yeah, those guys are probably hardcore beta male. They're like, this is as good as we could probably do. You know what? I don't even deserve to have my own. I will just share it. Gameconomist OnlyFans? Bro, I'd be the absolute... I'd beat the absolute shit out of my meat. Make sure you have a $50 tier. Oh my god, you guys are too funny. What I learned while working in hospital, everything you can imagine poorly isn't everything humans... Isn't. I think you mean is everything humans can and will do. I think you meant to say is. We hunters are the alpha predators, my dude. Hashtag for the ecosystem. Oh god. GE is thick. Puka puka cute though. Come on, bro, it's my turn on the grill. Oh, gross. Come on, dude, it's my turn. You don't share the girl. I hate normal Savage DJ. They probably get made fun of so much. It's probably, I feel bad for them in a way. Why are you so negative all the damn time? I don't know what you mean. I'm a little bit of a cynic, so that is accurate. But I guess it depends on what you mean by negative. Like, I'm not in a bad mood. Yeah, I'm not in a bad mood. I just, yeah, it's just my point of view on the world, I guess. Why are you so negative, man? Oh, right, I'm a healer. Forgot about this. Alright. Here we go. Let's get some buffs out again. How's 5G related to coronavirus? I think that's the question you asked earlier, right? Are you just asking that question again now to try and talk about it again? Oh my god, he won't stop turning. Boink, you're just running in a circle and he's turning infinitely because of you. Boink, you're supposed to stand your ground, Boink. You've got a gun. You keep turning and I can't attack him in the head because of it. I'm just using my clutch claw now because it actually lands. Smoke a doobie, man. Why are you so negative, man? Please stop being negative. Any recommendations for an anti-raging Brachydios build? He keeps wrecking me. If you're playing by yourself, bring Fortitude, bring Blast Resist 3, and you could bring earplugs if you have room for it, and this will allow you to escape his big explosion in the last stage, because his roar always comes out before the explosion does, so the earplugs will ignore the roar. They know what each other's wieners taste like. Ew. Hey, that's racist. Watch your mouth, boy. Smack this guy up. Oh, no. Stop being a negative Nancy. That's right. Dragon armor with Devil Joe longsword. Thoughts? No, you can't have that because I'm a negative Nancy. That would be terrible. Do you have any tips on beating Arch-Tempered Gyrototus? Be sure to bring water resist, and you're going to need to have the mucky water skill too, the one that allows you to move fast through muck. Oh, he's jumping. Oh, he's falling. Head partly broken. The only thing I need to do before I fight a monster is pray. Oh, I'm gonna get thrown off. How much would it cost you for you to sing Rap God by Eminem? I probably don't know all of his music. And I don't know what you mean by sing. Like, do I have to sing the whole thing? Which is better, anti-blast or fire resistance? Definitely the anti-blast. You can still try to get the over 20 fire resistance at the canteen if you need to. We've already had one mount, right? From Salazar, is that right? Has he already been mounted once? I wasn't paying too much attention to the game. If we have, I'll start building the next mount. I'm afraid to accidentally cause the first mount, though. Do you wish that Arch-Tempered Genital Herpes comes to the handler? No, because, you know, what am I going to do on that booty call? That booty call is going to end if she gets Arch-Tempered Herpes. No more booty calls. How much would... Oh, I already read that one. I don't want to farm. Safi is so boring. I don't want to farm Safi. What? Safi's so fun. What are you talking about? Safi's your favorite thing to do. Can't keep up with this guy's head, man. His fastest lyric all in one go. See, I don't know that much about Eminem. I actually never liked him that much. He was okay like once in the 90s. It was like new and it was novel back then. Now he's just kind of annoying sounding and people are like, oh man, he's a lyrical wordsmith genius. I don't agree with that at all. His music's just okay. I finally got the Poison Dual Blaze from Safi. This man's a wordsmith lyrical genius. What's the most frustrated you've been in Monster Hunter? Most frustrated? Waiting like a year for Iceborne to come out and then slowly discovering that the end game content is the Guiding Lands. That's probably the most frustrated. Alright, so Zalazar, he's just going crazy with the mounts is what's going on. I'm gonna throw him away. Oh, nope, it's not too close. Alright, we didn't get that last swing. Oh, and he's going off to the next level. Handler looking pretty juicy in her new event outfit. Handler kind of cute, not gonna... This is the funny thing about the Handler. Everyone complains about the Handler, and then they all say, oh my god, she's so cute. Can't farm Safi because no friends. I cry inside. What are your opinions on China's concentration camps? Says Game Addict. Game Addict, I feel like you're actually... I feel like the question is not meant to start a discussion. I think it's actually you trying to attack China. Which I don't necessarily mind doing. I'm not like best friends with China right now, especially with the coronavirus. But yeah, I don't know. I could talk about the issue. It just I noticed you mentioned earlier the 5G thing. It was the same exact question. So I don't want to have you spamming and constantly turning the conversation over to me trashing China over and over again, because I don't feel like having that be my live stream. TGC, what is the hardest monster for you? Still Extreme Behemoth. I think that Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang do offer a good challenge. However, the fact that they don't really have any one-shotting mechanics like Behemoth does, and the fact that you can fight them solo with Fortitude makes them much easier than Extreme Behemoth. Brrr. Oh, let's get the buffs out. I'm gonna do Demon Powder. You know, I don't know if anyone's used a Demon Drug. Or if anyone's died, I'm sorry, that's what I meant. Alright, so everyone's rebuffed. Perfect, just in time for Super Critical State. Watch yourself! You watch yourself, bitch! Uh-oh. Oh god. Oh, come on, man. Head completely broken. We're gonna go for the chest now, probably. Can't get to the chest, goddammit. Well, that's not the chest. Ah. The hammer has trouble hitting the chest where the greatsword doesn't. Oh, there we go. That was a hit. See, we keep missing it. Lust says, I never said he was a lyrical miracle genius, but it would be funny to see you do it. That's it. Changing career paths. I'm gonna be a rap artist now, guys. Come on, man. I'm gonna hit the chest. We miss. There we go. Oh my god, we just can't hit it. Alright, that was KO again, huh? Oops. Did we grab the same thing? I think we did. Good work. Terror Boy, no! Really? That cost me to flip, huh? Dude, we just can't hit it. Dinesh says, I got my mind blown recently. Someone asked, are you happy today, rather than how are you? So, are you happy today, TGE? Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say I'm in a good mood. Like I said, I got some really cool cards we're going to be opening up, and I got my potato pie cooling off over there. It's actually nice looking outside, so I'm sitting next to some sunlight. Yeah, some days are easier than others, for sure. I could have flashed him, but I don't know if it's such a good idea. GE too busy to keep his DPS up. Hunting horn greater than any other weapon. F Terra. Lil Economist. What? What's my favorite weapon? My favorite weapon is definitely the lance. I would say definitely the lance. Watch Mojo wants to have a word with you, GE. What? Looks like the arm's already broken. I don't think this arm's been broken, guys. Oh, has it? Oh, this arm has been broken. So, just the tail then, maybe? Let me help with the tail. The hammer can actually do a surprisingly good amount of damage to the tail. Ah, we miss. Not when you miss, obviously. Of course, this hammer's not doing too much damage because this hammer's been set up to be... It's been set up for wide range. Bree! Okay, he's mad. So we're going to go after the chest again now. Man, rip my wallet during card stream. How's it going, Mahasvara? We're starting that actually after this. We're at the 2-hour mark on this live stream, so we're going to be heading over to the card live stream right after this fight. Rip my wallet. Oh my gosh. Come on, let me in. We're hitting him in the goddamn arm, dude. We got like pushed out. Got it. Dude, it's actually so hard to land this hammer on the chest. Got it again. Nice. So the trick is to just release it much earlier than before. I think I'm releasing it too late. I need to be releasing it the moment he falls back down to the ground. Come on, how are we not breaking the chest at this point? Man must have so much health to it. We hit behind the chest. Sorry, I'm focusing more on the game now. Nice, we got it. Did you see that last hit too? So if we can get on the tail, we might be able to break the tail, and that would be everything, right? Woo! Terrorboy didn't mean to do that, it looks like. Boop. I wanted it.
Can't let Safi'jiiva escape. Keep on the offensive.
Keep on the offense. Uh-oh. That was too slow. Someone's already broke Safi's doo-doo off. What is the worst weapon in Monster Hunter? Probably the lance. Hey, any tips on how to stream Monster Hunter with more than 30 FPS? No, I don't have any tips for that. I have no clue. GE, time for optimal damage. Game Addict Lance got learned some way. CGE Hammer has easy time with the chest. Yeah, my timing was a little bit off, but honestly, I still feel like the Greatsword was dealing more damage. But then again, this is my healer setup, so that's probably part of it too. Dude, I'm actually Terra, we know, tough love. Aw. Nice save. Nice save, Terror Boy. I was like knocked back. Oh, he's still doing it. Quick, dive evade. Oh my god. I thought that he was gonna... I thought when he got interrupted with the flash that he was gonna come back down. I thought he was gonna come back down. I thought that's what he normally does, and then he jumps back up. Oh my lord. Okay. Amazing. How would you feel if Monster Hunter had more realistic damage? Bloody monsters. I guess that'd be okay. It doesn't make a big difference. God Terror Boy's like, why didn't you use Farcaster Re? I thought he was going to land and we were going to keep attacking him. Whee! You're fricked. The difference between getting bamboozled and bamboozling. All right, guys, we are at the 2-hour mark. That is the perfect way to wrap the stream up, getting wiped by Safi'jiiva. Let's get the wave going. So here's what I'm going to do next. I was saying this earlier. I have another YouTube channel where we open up real expensive Pokemans. We'll probably be opening about $5,000 of cards tonight. Probably not all 5,000, but probably about 5,000. We'll have to see. We're going to be opening up those Pokemon cards. You guys are welcome to come watch. They're vintage cards from over 20 years ago, so it's actually pretty cool. I don't do this all the time. I'm going to set that stream up. I'm going to leave this one running. I'll set the other stream up, and I'll leave a link to it in the chat section, okay? So if you want to see some old cards get opened, feel free to join us. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. All right, so I have the other live stream queued up. Let me go get a link for it. I think somebody mentioned that the other link wasn't working in my description. Is that how it's is the link in the description not working? We'll have to check that. But here, let me go ahead and grab you a link to this new live stream. This is where we're opening up the vintage booster packs. Of course YouTube hasn't posted it. Why does YouTube do that sometimes? YouTube does not post my live stream sometimes. I bet you it's related to like errors on the YouTube app. I would not be surprised for that. Oh, let me jump over here. I will log in as myself and find it that way. Go over to videos. Didn't say an error, right? Yeah, it didn't say error. So weird. Sometimes it doesn't post. What the hell? It says I have 3 upcoming live streams? That doesn't make any sense. God, the YouTube... I've been learning that the YouTube app on my iPhone is horrifying. It's really bad. Delete all those. What the hell? It had like 3 videos scheduled. Alright, and here's the one that we want. Let's get a link to it. There we go. And I'll go ahead and log back in as the Gameconomist. Alright, I'm sharing the link in the chat now. There you go. So that's going to be the one where we open up a vintage box from 20 years ago. I should look up the actual age of the box. How's it going, Miniero Prime? We're shutting down just now. We are wrapping things up because I'm heading to my other YouTube channel. Man, I'll be honest, some of those Pokemon cards have made me a lot of money by appreciating. I really actually quite enjoy the Pokemon. I didn't think I'd enjoy it so much, but man, I enjoy it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and warn everyone in the live stream, not the live stream, on the other channel that we're going live. All right, I'll let people know in my main server as well. It's always fun when we do these. These are real expensive openings. They're not like the usual openings. I'm not like other girls. But no, seriously, they're not like the usual openings. This is the old stuff. And the old stuff is cool, man. Okay, that's all set up. Let me go ahead and shut this live stream down. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.